going on, everybody? It's Monkey Farm, and we are back with another episode of Ark Survival Evolved. Did my T-Rex just poop? I think he did. Good job, Get Rex fool. Anyway, we are back, obviously, on the Pooping Evolved server here, and today we're going to get started building on the offsite base, which I showed you a few episodes ago when we started building some behemoth gates to kind of protect the area. It's that Y-shaped kind of basin underneath the cliff there. Up the river a little bit from here, and so far in this series we have been doing a lot of taming, basically because all of this has been helping us to gather stuff to build, right? We get the mammoth over there, which gets us wood from the trees. We've got the doedicarus, which gets us stone. You know, we've got all these other animals just for killing and all sorts of other fun stuff too. But you know, really all of that is to help us gather stuff so that we can really build up a cool base. Now, building, before we head up, I'm cooking up some food. I'm running a little low, so we'll do some preparations here just to kind of like give you the rundown on how stuff works here. All right, so everything has to be built on a foundation of some sort, either an actual foundation or what we call roofs, which the difference between that is like it's just a flat roof, but those have to be placed on pillars. I need to grab some pillars too, just to show you an example. But let's say I put down a foundation here. All right, now this is just thatch, so it's throwaway. It's very cheap. I don't mind wasting it. Now, if I wanted to put another one, let's see, that's not a foundation, that's a ceiling. If I wanted to put another foundation here, that is obstructed by the ground. This one, I can't place it out here because it's not touching the ground. It's like above ground. I can place it down here, but I can't connect it to this other foundation. And obviously, you know, you don't want to have a floor of your house all, you know, different levels and everything. I mean, not without choice, you know. Anyway, so I can place one here, but I can't place one, say, out here above the ground, right? So as you see what we did in the house down here, we did a bunch of these roofs or ceilings, depending on the material, and then we had pillars on them, right? But the thing about if you build with pillars, so you can also build out a couple blocks from something that's connected to the ground. See, I built out two, but if I try to place another one out here, see how it's red? It's not going to connect. So it'll go diagonally one or out two, and I'm going to call them blocks, but they're not really blocks. It's just, I'm used to saying that in Minecraft. But so anyway, we can only build so much, and the other thing is you'll notice that these roofs are actually above the foundation. So these are like ceilings, these are like floors. So building's really weird, and if I want to build a huge tall wall or something like that, it has to be connected to either a fence foundation, or it has to be connected to the edge of a foundation here, or a wall, or a ceiling here. I don't have any walls on me, for example. But anyway, if I wanted to build this platform out further here, I would have to build pillars that would connect to the ground, or I'd have to, put another foundation here, and then I'd still have to have pillars coming up from it, or walls somehow. I'd have to have walls going up above that, and then I would be able to go out. The other trick, there is one kind of caveat to that. Let's say I wanted to build a ceiling, like way up tall. I can go out further than 2 blocks if I have foundations on the ground way below it. So let's say I were going straight up and I wanted to build a huge ceiling. If I had this whole area covered with foundations or ceilings, I would be able to place those more than 2 blocks away, and it would be okay because it considers it like, hey, you've already built the ground foundation way down here, so we'll let you place something above it. Obviously, it can't be floating in the air. It still has to be connected to a wall or something. Gravity actually is kind of a thing here on Ark. Anyway, so it looks like my food is done over there. So why don't we, we're going to take the Quetzal up today, and we're going to fly up the river, and we're going to get started building on the base. So we'll see you in a sec. All right, people, we're back, and what I have done is I have aligned everything up together. So now what we have, where we originally had the pillars at different heights, which was wrong. We didn't want that to happen because nothing would connect at the same place. As you can see now, all of those pillars are all in the same, or they're all the same height. Now, if I brought down a ceiling, I'm not going to place this, but I just want to show you. If I put a ceiling on top here, that will be fine, and that will be flush with the ground, so we won't have that stone nub sticking out of the floor. If you remember at my house over at Poop City, we had a couple spots where we had the nubs sticking out. So these are those thatch ceilings that we had to put, and then we have to put the stone roof on top of it if we want it to be a stone floor and to not have the nub sticking out. So this is going to be our foundation underneath. Now we are going to have to break this behemoth gate, which is fine. I was expecting that to begin with, but I wanted it placed because that would help us place these, platforms right here. And since this is 5, I'm going to call them blocks, 5 blocks wide, and the behemoth gate is 7 blocks wide, the next row back, what we're going to do is make this 5 and then 1 extra on each side, so it'll be a total of 7, and then we'll be able to put the behemoth gate back on top of this platform. So we're going to build this floor. This is going to basically be our ground floor level. It just has to be raised off the ground because there's no way to do it. And as you see, it's actually going to be not high enough here. Like it's about that floor. The floor is about this high. So we're going to have to elevate. If we want to build it all the way over here, we're going to have to elevate it up, and that's fine. But I want the general area, I want the general floor area to all be kind of, that height. And that will keep everything equal and let us, make us able to build properly, because otherwise everything's going to be, not matching. All the heights are going to be different if we start putting pillars up all over the place. Like, look, this is higher than down here, so the pillars are going to be all at, not matching heights. So we need to start in the beginning of our build, very synced up, so to speak. Everything has to be in sync, not the band, just, the theory or whatever. All right, so I'm going to build out this whole floor. It's going to be a lot of work, and I'm going to do it all in thatch to begin with, but I am going to use the stone pillars, so we won't have to replace those. We'll just have to put stone ceilings on top of this thatch stuff. Once we're, ready, once we know that we have everything in the correct place and everything. So that's going to be a little work. I'm going to work on that, and I'll be back. All right, we're back. I've made a ton of little items here, and I'm going to be placing them for my bird just because I'll be too encumbered to hold them all and place them myself. So the reason I'm putting these down now is because I'm going to put a new behemoth gate down, and I'm going to want this floor. I'm not actually sure. I could probably put the behemoth gate down and still put the stone ceiling up in place, over the thatch, but since I'm not positive about that, I'm just going to lay these down anyway. It doesn't really matter because in the long run, that is what I'm actually going to be doing. Ooh, I thought I misplaced that one almost. So I'm going to cover up these things. I should just fly, I guess, but it's not as easy as I would like. All right, let's get one down there. Oh, this is difficult. I should just grab a few. Let me see how many I can hold without being encumbered. If I take, I could probably hold, I can hold 15. Okay, so why don't I just do that? That'll be easier. Alright, so as you can see, these are like ceilings that are going above the roof here, and that way we don't... Oh! Okay, wow. Almost thought I was going to be in big trouble, that I wouldn't be able to replace the new ceiling over it. But this way we won't have all those nubs sticking out of the floor, which is totally not, you know, fashionable. Alright, so, yeah, gonna keep doing this, and hopefully I won't mess up and waste any more. So this is coming out super nice. Everything is pretty centered and looking good so far. I don't think I've made any major mistake here. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is put up the pillars, and these are going to be pillars that are actually going to go like inside the actual behemoth gate. Oh, did I just waste one? I hope not. That would be totally not fun. Let's see. Let's get some over here too. Come on, lock in there. Lock in there. Oi. Air brake. Oh yeah. This is like this is Top Gun requesting a flyby, a tower flyby. There we go. Now let's one more, and we're gonna need it. We can look at the behemoth gate in the background to know if we've built these pillars up high enough. So what these will actually do, these will actually like poke out of the top of the behemoth gate. And I was talking to King Daddy, and he had kind of used that strategy as well, because he wanted his pillars hidden. I don't necessarily want mine hidden. I just want them placed correctly. I don't want the wing to keep messing up my placement though. That's not cool. So as you can see, this is not even going to be the top floor of the building. So this is going to be a huge structure. It's going to be super cool. I can't wait. Oh, it's going to be so fun. All right, we're almost there. Let's see if I can get one more. That should be tall enough, but I might just place another one just to be safe. Because if I place a behemoth gate, I don't think I'll be able to place another pillar up afterwards. So if I don't build it tall enough, I'm not sure. I'm not positive actually. Oh, am I out of pillars? Well, that might solve the problem anyway. Let's see. Do I have enough wood to make any pillars? Let's see. I probably need some more thatch too. Let's see what I have here. I have no thatch. I do have enough to make 3 more pillars or so. I'm gonna have to get rid of this weight before I go pick up some thatch. I need to bring my reindeer over here too. Let's go over to Beyond the Darkness, where I dare not ever roam because there's always something back here waiting to kill us. Looks pretty safe. Oh, there's a raptor. Yep. So I've got my behemoth gate as well. Now I want to stand in the very center of this thing. I want this thing to be totally centered, and we can't see anything. And I want to flip it. I want to push E to flip it around a little bit. Now if I just walk forward, I can place this thing right. Let's just make sure we have, I can't really see the top, to make sure those pillars are sticking out. But I'm sure they are, and we need to rotate slightly to the counterclockwise. So I'm going to switch out of K mode, rotate slightly, back into K mode, rotate slightly. That is just about perfect. We might need to move slightly to the left. Are we not centered? That is difficult to tell. And I can't look out of the top to make sure the pillars and everything are standing out. Let's maybe look out over here. Is everything look good? That's close enough for me. Let's do it. All right, and let's put the gate on, and there. Let's hop on the bird real quick. And let's take a view of the almost future. Wow, that looks so small. We've done so little. This thing is going to be so huge. You guys are not going to believe it. Anyway, I am actually out of a lot of materials. I need to gather a ton of stone and a ton more wood and thatch and all that stuff for more building materials. So I'm going to be doing that in between this and next episode. Or, you know, we may depending on if something exciting comes up in between here and now, I'm still going to be gathering materials, but we may have another, you know, taming video or something, whatever might come up in the meantime as well. But let's see, did those pillars stick out? Yes, I do see them right there. So we did just build them just tall enough. So we'll be able to put some ceilings on top of those as well, and continue the building. And that will be the base area for our next floor, not the ground floor, the level 1 floor. And this thing is it's gonna be a huge ordeal, but I'm gonna gather as much materials as I can for you guys so I can get this thing built and up, because you guys are gonna love it. And once again, thumb up the video if you enjoyed it, and we will see you all later.